Hey, my name's Roberto, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so and you can get to see more videos on pan flutes and music and, South American music. What I've got in front of me is a European type pan flute, and what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be showing you how to tune pan flutes or pan pipes, but the method of tuning applies more to European pan flutes. So there's two main types of pan flute. One is a South American type of pan flute, which sounds more breathy. And the European ones sound more whistly. So there's a bit of a difference in tone. And a few playing techniques that may differ, but that's a whole different video altogether. So what I'm going to be showing you today is just how to tune pan flutes. Now, with South American pan flutes, it's usually really quick and easy. You use little grains of rice and you just drop them in there, and you just keep doing that until you've raised the pitch to to how you want it. So if you've got a G sharp but you want an A, you keep putting rice into the pipe that needs to become an A, and you keep doing that until you finally reach the right pitch or right note. And you've got to, you use a guitar tuner for accuracy, or you can use a tuning fork if you want to do it that way. I find it a lot easier to use a guitar tuner or any sort of tuning device that works for wind instruments. So that's how you do it with South American pan flutes. So that's really quick, easy. It's the quickest way to tune a pan flute. The only disadvantage of that is if you tip your flute upside down, all the grains of rice that you put in there will fall out and you'll have to start all over again. So you always got to hold, your flute upright. Now with these ones, with the European pan flutes, what you usually do is you use beeswax. So it's the same sort of principle or idea. So you fill up the pipes with, as much beeswax as you need to reach the desired pitch. So to say, once again, you've got a G sharp but you want an A note, then you keep filling up the pipe with wax until you've reached the right note. So beeswax is the best wax to use because it is softer. Well, I don't know if it's softer, but it doesn't crumble like candle wax. It holds together, so it's more sticky. So, and it's easier to mold, so you can mold it into you can roll it into little balls like that. So it usually comes in a big block like that, and you chop it up, and it's easy to cut up, and then you just roll it. You can heat it up if you want to. I'm sure some people heat it up, but I find it's soft enough to actually mold with your fingers. So if you just chop it up into little blocks and then roll it up into little balls or beads or pellets or whatever you want to call that. Once you've done that, once you've made enough of these little beads, then you can drop them into the tubes and ram them down using a rod. Okay, when it comes to using the rod to press down the beads of wax to the bottom of the tubes, obviously you use a flat end. The opposite end will be used for something else, and I'll explain in a minute. So you use the flat end of the rod to obviously press down the wax to the bottom of the pipes, and you keep doing that until the wax has stuck to the bottom of the tube. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that you'll have to grease up this flat end, because I found that if I try and press down the wax to the bottom of the tube, I might just be pulling the wax back out again, because instead it'll be sticking to the rod. So I found that you just apply a bit of oil to the flat end of the rod, and you can use the same oil that you use for oiling up your instrument. and what that does is it'll make the wax stick to the tube, the inside of the tube, and not the rod. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. And if you've gone overboard with tuning and your G is now a bit sharp and you want it to be a bit flat, so it's just a G, then you use the opposite end. What I've got here is like a bit of a screw that is attached to that end. So what you do is you insert it inside the pipe, and you use it as a screwdriver, and then you pull out the wax that's in there, and you can remove some of the wax and then reapply. What also works is like you can shape this end of the rod so it resembles like a flathead screwdriver. That also works for removing the wax. So yeah, that's how it works. And this is a pan flute that I've made myself, and many times before I've used beeswax for tuning pan flutes. But if you're going to keep a pan flute for yourself and you don't want to sell it and it's just for your own personal use, really anything works. You could use blue tack, you could use plasticine, ear putty that you use for plugging up your ears. Any of that works. You can just stuff anything inside the tubes to raise the pitch of the of the note, and that will work. But yeah, professionally and traditionally, when it comes to the European pan flutes, it's beeswax, which is the best wax to use. So yeah, I hope that helps.